Hello and welcome to History Moment at Lawnside Historical Society. I'm Shamele Jordon here with Muneerah Higgs. This History Moment will focus on emergency services. We will provide a little history and a couple memories of police, fire, EMT, and medical incidences occurring in Lawnside. We invite you to share your memories too by taking a survey, and you could win a prize. But right now, we will share from our research, our memories growing up in Lawnside. Let's get started with emergency services. Hello, Muneerah.
Hi, Shamele. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So let's get started here. Welcome, everybody. I just want to share some history about emergency services that I had back in my younger days in my childhoods. We have a set of 20 postcards, and 4 of those cards pertain to emergency services. And one was the police department, and that started back in 1935, Police Chief Brewster, and it was in Oddfellows Hall. So that's just a little brief history about the emergency service. And of course, our police department provided emergency services. And we also have the Lawnside Fire Hall. That was one of our cards. And the Lawnside Fire Company, you know that people actually brought out buckets of water and put out fire. And then they had a big round thing that they banged on with a sledgehammer. It was a big round hoop, and that was the first alarm system. So yeah, we've come a long way. And of course, you know that our fire department provided many emergency services. And we also have, of course, the Peter Mott House. How can we talk about emergency services without talking about the Peter Mott House and how Peter built that house back in 1845 and helped escaped Africans have a place to go to be safe and to travel along the Underground Railroad, and this Lawnside Historical Society here that saved the house. So that's a brief history of that. And the last one I want to talk about in emergency services is the American Red Cross. We had a doctor here in the town named Dr. Roscoe Moore. And Dr. Roscoe Moore began the Red Cross service here in Lawnside. The members gathered on the steps of the school, if you can see the picture here. These were the wives and the sisters and the grandmothers of the men who served in the military. Now, they made bandages, they did fundraisers, they gave clothing, they just helped out overall. And Dr. Moore was also the school doctor. And pandemic now, we had a pandemic, smallpox. And when you went to kindergarten, you had to get your shots. Everybody did. So Dr. Moore, I remember him giving me my shot, my smallpox shot. And I'm sure some of you have this scar on your arms too. And Dr. Moore gave me my smallpox shot. So I'll never forget him. Yeah, so those are some of the memories that I wanted to share with you. And yeah, back to you.
All right, I love those memories. Thank you so much for that. Now, you know, I'm going to share with you, I'm not going to show you my vaccination scar, but I'm going to share with you some newspapers, some historical newspapers that depict what happened with emergency services or the need for emergency services in Lawnside. So let's take a look at some historical newspapers. So first, you know, we know Lawnside was established in 1926. So in 1927, this is what we saw in the newspapers. They were bragging about no crime in the Negro village. They even called it New Jersey's Ebony Garden of Eden. They talked about how, you know, they might not have, you know, balanced the books completely, but they had a great staff of people who went without pay. The mayor went without pay. They had volunteer firemen and policemen who Muneerah talked about, who, you know, supported themselves with odd jobs. So you saw a lot of this. You have how many residents? There were 2,000 people living in Lawnside at that time, 2,040. In 1924, there was another police emergency. 4 colored families were warned to move by the Klan. And the police said, wait a minute, who you to tell us to move? This is our town, buddy. Y'all get out of here. So that was 1924. Then, Muneerah was talking about the pandemic. There were always times when there were emergencies, and smallpox was a repeated one back in the day. And this was way before Muneerah, probably before Muneerah's mom. In 1903, they had a smallpox epidemic, and they quarantined Snow Hill. They tried to say that Snow Hill was spreading smallpox. Well, they had people come in and they figured out that it was really chicken pox. There were a couple of people who had smallpox, but this article wasn't even all about this. This article was about the impact of the economy, because the Black women with their businesses doing the laundry, people couldn't get their laundry done because they were quarantined. I bet you they let them out. They took the quarantine away because they wanted their clothes clean. They didn't care about the people. This is my favorite newspaper article and final one. In 1880, Joseph Partridge of Snow Hill, Camden County, farmer, tried to kill a chicken on Saturday and cut off 2 of his fingers off with a hatchet. The chicken is living and hops about on one leg. And those, I don't know if that chicken would be living in my story. Would that chicken be living in your story, Muneerah?
As a matter of fact, we had Brewster the rooster, and he hopped around on one leg in the yard. Yeah, he'd be living.
Because he still could get some eggs, I guess.
Yeah, well, the dogs attacked him, but he still was living.
So that's a little history. That's some memories. Do you have any memories of emergency services in Lawnside? Please take the survey and share your comments, your memories, because remember, you could win a prize. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.